Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gonna do a weekly update real quick. Um, Start off with the dollar. As I mentioned before, crossing over the 34. This is a monthly chart. Crossing over the 34 back into resistance is the bearish retracement. Watch for previous low breaks this next month. Weekly chart close. Over the 8, over the 13, back into the 13, into the 34, back at this support now. I got to reverse head and shoulders now on the weekly. Pretty nice drawn out downfall there, back into resistance, just like the monthly long-term chart says. But I got a flat bottom break coming, long-term flat bottom. Looks like 2014. So watch for that breakdown. Looks pretty healthy on the weekly. Might get a little pop out of it. And the daily, looks like the daily crossed over back into the 8 for the first line of resistance and got rejected so far. So look for the previous low breaks all the way down. Going jumping back to the monthly. If we did a measured move, you can see approximately where it's headed. And that would be the first measured move. It could just swing around anytime. And it could take another leg all the way back down to the 80 mark. But as it stands right now, we've got a bearish retrace for one bounce, looking for a 2 bounce, 3 bounce, maybe a consolidation and a move back up. Right now I'm bearish. Got to be bearish on the dollar right now. That's a bear trap. And the best time to sell it was at that rejection point. S&P Zero Hedge did a long article about blow off tops, and I think that we're waiting for that. And we might have witnessed some of it. I guess that's why he put that article out. So we're going to blow off top there. I'm looking for a long wick, though. That's that wick is pretty much non-existent when it comes to blow off tops. I'm looking for a really long wick and close really tight in. Let's see how the daily close looks like. A hanging man. Reversal bar all the way back into support, closing all the way back up, closing below the previous body high. Because of the wick on top of the body, I'm not sure. But that's not a true hanging man, obviously. But it has that trading action, so I'm going to have to go with that. Follow the bouncing ball. Just because it didn't close all the way up, we did come all the way back in and close all the way back up for a bearish retrace. You can find that bearish retrace somewhere. I can't find it there. Let's see. Let's see, you want to go to the minutes. See that bearish retrace. That looks pretty bullish. We'll see how we open. Is it open? No, it's not open yet. So far, just a bounce. Nice reversal bar there. And you can see the fake news that created that part. Trump just tweeted out that anyone that lost money on that downfall should sue ABC for fake news, which I totally agree. Actually, ABC should be should lose their license to be on the air. Just my opinion, but they're going to lie that much and destroy economies and perception. I don't think they should have a license to do it. Privilege. So anyways, S&P looks like a top again and again and again. Very, looks like a volume break, very high, blow off tops. I mean, this thing's been going forever, and you know, preaching to the choir that I've been saying this is going to blow up someday. And it just keeps going up. So you got to scream hyperinflation when that happens. If there was a bubble, it's this chart. I mean, that's a huge bubble. Just straight up since the last crash, and we're just printing money since then. So there's nothing holding up but a bunch of confidence. I do believe. Watch for the reversals. See how we open this week. Do we open up? Do we open down? Do we start to move across the previous highs, which is 2,600? Anything below 2,600, we're gonna have to do a little notice on a spike high. The VIX, looks like the VIX took off and running on Friday. Hit resistance, came all the way back into support. So it's gearing up to break again and again and again. Really like these formations here when it broke down, and then the accumulation, and then the build. The spike low is interesting. All the way back into resistance again. I would watch that one for a break. It could happen anytime. Long-term break. And it's very close. It's getting into that pinch, you know, where the resistance is coming down and support is just right there, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when the price hits the other end of the spectrum and comes all the way back in, then you know something's heating up. But it's been doing that for a while, so get ready. Getting closer and closer every time it hits that resistance. There's a semblance of a spike high. Look for the open on the Dow, double top style, again and again. I mean, I keep talking about that every weekly close. So watch for the double tops on the open. You can see the daily. That is that's a more like a hanging man there. So watch for that. It either confirms on the upside or downside. Watch for the breakdown. Looks like 23,935 and below. But I'd be more concerned with the whole top pattern to confirm as it breaks in to previous highs. Then we can watch price fall into the next phase and into the next range, and it's likely to fall over at that point. That's a pretty semblance of a spike high there. Spike, monthly chart. Look at that. No. I'm a little late on the monthly chart review, but that was the close. Look at the double top on the monthly chart. Starting off the month as a hanging man. We are working a hanging man through the first week of December. Interesting. The signals, the signals, the signals. NASDAQ. The rising wedge that blew out. I'm looking for that to come back through. Rising wedges at tops is a top pattern confirmation. Pattern off the weekly. In the daily, I got a hanging man right there. Confirmed. So watch for a breakdown on the NASDAQ. Let me take care of my lines, sorry. Just doing candlesticks. That 34 is pretty heavy support. And look how steep it is. When everything's get steep like that, the price usually slices right through support. There is no support when it gets that steep. So watch for it. And again, on the monthly close, not as drastic as the Dow or S&P, but we're working a bearish harami. followed by a hanging man. Watch for the breakdown across support 6,000. It's confirming that top on each one of them. Crude, I don't think, there it is. Crude, look for a previous high break on crude. It is gearing up again. That's a monthly close. You can see the reverse head and shoulders completed the pattern. Right? Left shoulder, head. Look at the 2-bar reversals there, or the single bar reversals twice in a row. And then the right shoulder and the breakout. So we have a breakout in oil. I'm looking for 70. Then I'm looking for $10 increments. So it was 50. We got to 6, we broke 60. We're looking for 70, 80, 90. Look at the previous lows all the way up. Looks like 90, all the way to 100. A very nice, beautiful reverse head and shoulders off the oil chart. My hammer's at the head. Pretty nice. Weekly close. Just a sideways consolidation for a few weeks now. And for the daily, let's see, come on. Looks like a pump back into support. Made a lower high, came back into support and just doubled back. So it looks like I have another reversal coming. Watch for the previous high breaks. Get above that first previous high over there where it just came back through. Little tap, tap, tappy. I got a little support coming up. So it looks bullish. I have an ascending triangle. Watch that flat top break. Natural gas. Looks like it's heating up. Winter's coming. We had a breakout outside the pattern. Let's see the long-term chart. Where did my lines go? So I got a little pattern, right? Came outside the pattern, back through the pattern. Watch for the previous high breaks. This is going to break out pretty good. Pretty probable this thing's breaking out. Came through the pattern, little head fake back in. Watch for the previous high breaks, about 320. That's a weekly chart. Monthly chart. You can see the move across 34 back into the 34, little 2-bar reversal over consolidation, 2-bar reversal consolidation right over the 34. Get over that 8 for resistance, and that is our 320 spot on our daily. Natural gas looks like a good buy at the previous breaks. You can grab it at support if you need. Looks pretty good. Just make sure you always hold support. Always hold support. If you don't have support, you shouldn't be in it. I'm going to break down bearish retrace on the daily for the Japanese yen dollar carry trade. I have a trend line coming from the long-term charts. I have a flat bottom over the 34 back into support, over the 34 back into support, holding the 34 so far. I need to get above that 8 and previous highs. Watch for the previous high breaks. And it could start moving. So it held support on the weekly. Monthly chart, still, it's trending up. So there's no reason, unless we have a breakdown, there's no reason to suggest that this is changing trend. We need to get back above that 34 on the monthly, but as we stated, the daily is the only bearish one. So we need a little consolidation here. and then move across that 34, the weekly. Just a previous high break, a small step away. Looks like a reverse head and shoulders, consolidating right with the 34 on weekly. Gold held support, but slightly on a tether again. As usual, business as usual. Monthly still good. Over the 34, back into support, climbing above the 34, consolidating, little trend there. Watch for those flat top breaks. We need to get above 313. 1350 on a monthly. I think on a daily, we need to get that 1300. 1300 is the mark. We got a 2-bar reversal forming on the daily. Nice bounce. See how we open. Opening is always the best. It hasn't opened yet. We need to get above that 1300 spot on the daily. Weekly and the monthly is that 1344 spot. Approximately 1350, whatever it is, close enough. It's a whole range. I got 1317 previous lows at 1330. And I got a double top forming at 1343 here. So previous breaks on the way up. I got trend. I'm above support. We can do it every week. It's the same thing. It's just on a tether. I can see an inverted hammer on that monthly. Not perfect. On the monthly close, not perfect. Got a small wick, but it is a that trading action I always talk about. So it blew off, came all the way back in for the monthly close. That's a bullish retrace. Those inverted hammers over support, bullish retraces, consolidation patterns. Let's jump to silver. Silver looks awesome on the monthly chart. I really like it. That hammer. We need to confirm that on the upside, which is 1682. It's in la la land. It needs to stay above that hammer. What's bothersome is it broke across the hammer and now it's back below the hammer. That long wicked hammer. Very nice. Just needs to confirm. Need to get above that 813 previous high breaks into previous lows. We can ride up that range. Once it gets going, I don't think it's going to be able to be stopped, but we got to get this thing going. I hope everybody bought silver this weekend because that drop off on, what was it, Thursday? I guess it was more than one day. 28th, 29th, 30th, and then the 2 small wicks. And we need to stay above previous lows. We don't want a flat bottom break. I hate those. But it could come down all the way back into this neck. Or the head, excuse me, the head. The reverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And just this confused, elongated right shoulder. This pattern is not confirmed yet. What I'm thinking is it could do a spike low into 15, just under 16. So the daily looks weak. Needs to consolidate, move higher. I got 2 wicks pointing down. I need more support. lot more support. Look for the double back this week. Copper. I got wicks pointing up. Unless those are taken out promptly, I suggest that momentum is going to die off, but I got a strong trend line coming up. And I got previous highs coming in. It's that first high I always choose first. So let's make sure we hold support. We got support everywhere going up, but I got 2 wicks, so I'm imagining it's going to come down. Where support holds, I hope it holds at 34. The 2-bar reversal, lower high. With 2 wicks pointing up, little tweezer. And this is the reason why you should be buying silver, as it became almost 78 ounces per 1 ounce of gold this week. So get on it. JM Bullion accepts Bitcoin for silver. GDX. On a tether. Needs a double back this week or it's going to fall over. Momentum's dying. It's under the 8, 13, and 34 altogether now on a tether from the trend line moving up. Always on a tether. Monthly close. Looks like it's coming back into support. The 34 is sitting there at 21. Hopefully it doesn't have to do that, but I got a big old 2-bar reversal here that needs to settle out. And another dark cloud cover. It is over the 34. It is consolidating above the 34, and it's been above the 34 for a very long time. Since 16 March. Came back into support. That's the bullish consolidation. And now it's going sideways. So I'm still bullish on it. It just needs to break previous highs to settle this out. It's a very tight pattern on GDXJ miners, junior miners, excuse me. Very, very tightly wound up. Little price pinch on the junior miners. Again, above the 34. Needs to get back above the 8 and 13, breaking previous highs. Right up that range. It's bullish. I mean, that's a nice little pattern over the 34 on the long-term chart. We're just waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for, but it's going to happen. Nugget and JNug, I'm not going to be able to get any monthly charts out of it, so just have to forget about that. Oh my God. Nuggets on a tether. That could easily just break down. I'm certainly not sure about that one. Daily close. Let's see if we can get this any answers here. It looks like it wants to break down. Closing below that trend line. A rejection off the 34. JNug, watch for the same thing. Looks like the same thing. We need to get back into these previous lows over here, not making new lows. Let's see how we open. We could have a nice little double bottom on the weekly chart. First Majestic, looks like it's following trend downward, but I got higher lows coming in, so the price pinch is coming. Into support, into support, into support, back and forth, the resistance support. This could be a bearish flag though. Into resistance rejected. It could come all the way back into previous breaks, which is, for the longest time, it was consolidating and then it decided to break down back into resistance, come back in. I do have a higher low, so watch for the previous high breaks. I do have an inverted hammer in there somewhere. Where is it? Inverted hammer. I've got wicks pointing down. Yeah, so I have an inverted hammer over there in support. It's just not confirmed. So confirm that inverted hammer into previous lows. Let's get out of this mess. Huge mess. I imagine silver miners are treading water. I understand that a while back, I don't know what the operational cost per ounce has to be. I think it was just $21 is what it was. So we need to get back, silver needs to get back about $20 for silver miners to be profitable. So silver miners are treading water. It's a dangerous world. USLV looks like it shot down last week. Gapping down. These could be exhaustion gaps. 2-bar reversal there. So watch for previous high breaks, 1080 and above. Breaking into previous lows. We could snap this thing back into shape. But again, it is below previous lows. Again, it could come all the way back into the previous without being damaged. But I do have a 2-bar reversal there. Let's see how we open. Do a double back. I got a 2-bar reversal here, over, into, boom, boom, boom. Looks like a reverse head and shoulders off the in there. Convoluted. That was the right shoulder there. So this is just an elongated confusion session, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that candle's bearish, but this 2-bar reversal is holding it up. So let's double back this week. Let's see. Hecla Mining never came in with that hammer. Watch for previous low breaks. I don't think it's ready yet. I think the measured move, this line here was my measured move. So NIK. Looks like it bounced off of support, made a hammer on the weekly chart. Monthly close. I mean, that J curve on NAK, I mean, other than CLF, those J curves, man, you gotta watch those long-term J curves. Pretty badass. I think we all made money on that one. I'm looking for previous high breaks. It's on a trend. The monthly chart says it broke over the 34, bullish consolidation into support, back and forth, higher lows throughout. Watch for previous high breaks. Into previous lows, can ride up that range all the way up at the next previous highs. So lots of work to do. It looks healthy, especially when it comes back into these highs here. Watch for a double back and then the third try across the line. Steel, looks like steel is above that flat top there. Steel looks healthy on the monthly. Let's see what's going on the weekly. Higher lows throughout, previous breaks. Looks like previous lows are coming in 31. We got previous highs to deal with, all the way up to previous lows at 35. Lots of work to do to get through this whole range here. But watch the break across that 34, the previous 34 breakdown. Use that as your support. Into previous lows, let's take out that pattern at the top there. CLF is gearing up. CLF was that J curve on the long-term chart. Boom, boom time. Nice price pinch. Over the 34, back into support, 2-bar reversal, into resistance, 2-bar reversal, into support, 2-bar reversal, bum, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think CLF, with a little effort, can break outside and confirm that bottom pattern. Little cup and handle. So watch this thing as it gets going. It's a monthly chart. Looks like the weekly has a double bottom into resistance. So let's watch this as it could just take a couple steps backward before it takes another thrust through resistance. Looks like the daily kind of popped through. So that's good. Double bottom. 2-bar reversal, hammer. 2-bar reversal, double bottom, over the 8, 13, back into support, into the 34, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then that confirmed on the close on the daily. So it looks like it's gearing up on the daily. Weekly needs a lot of help to get across resistance. And monthly, consolidating over the 34. So CLF looks healthy. Let's see what uranium's doing. URA still at the bottom on the monthly chart. 2-bar reversal though. So let's confirm that 2-bar reversal on the top side break. Outside that pattern could be a nice move for URA. Very nice. Look at that J curve. You can see how the price goes into resistance, back into support over and over and over again until it gets so tight, it gets that corkscrew effect and just pop. UEC, same thing, trade outside the pattern. Western uranium, looks like it's finding support, but I need to confirm that by breaking into previous lows. So above the dollar, I would be comfortable having more support than it does now. Monthly close, GVXXF. Uranium, look for that for previous high breaks. Looks like we have a volume breakout. So it looks healthy. Watch those healthy ones. This one's a new issue, so watch for that flat top break. It's got trend. Upward trend line there. Let's take a look at Apple. Let's see if we got any reversals going. Not much. Looks like a bounce off of support there. Has a high pattern. High consolidation pattern. So let's see if that breaks down or up. Looks like Google was forming a high level consolidation pennant pattern, broke outside, came back through into support, closing at support. That 8. Look at that falling star on Google. That's a monthly chart. That's pretty nasty. It's a confirmed so far this month, a confirmed falling star. Aside from the small wick, you can see the blow off and then the come back in, and then the confirming. I would have to say that it needs to stay above 50% roll on the long green candle there, as if it doesn't, it'll break into previous highs and ride that range all the way back in. I have the 8 coming in on the monthly, so it's holding support a little bit. Bitcoin. Is it a bubble? It is certainly straight up on a monthly chart. A nice consolidation would do it good. And I think we saw a consolidation on the daily, back and forth, and then the previous break. Highs, all-time highs this Sunday. 11,900 almost. It's on its highs still. That's a daily chart. Weekly chart. Could be a blow off top. I'm looking for a consolidation. But it broke previous highs already this month. So could it run another month? Could it run to 20,000? I don't see any blow off tops yet. I don't see any patterns saying that it is a reversal. No reversal bars, nothing. I got BCH, looks pretty good on a break. Even if Bitcoin was a bubble, even if Bitcoin failed, BCH is right behind it at $1,600. You remember when Bitcoin was at $1,600? Man, that was like 6 months ago. These things are monsters. It's the anti-dollar, anti-debt trade. It is a worldwide phenomenon. And maybe there's a lot of hype. Maybe this will change everything. We'll find out in the next 10 years. But certainly Bitcoin needs to consolidate if it wants to keep moving up higher like that. But diehard Bitcoin holders are not selling, obviously. They sold a little bit here, but bought it all back. So far on a weekly chart this week, BCH is holding a falling star close, but it looks like it came back into support and bounced into a hammer. So watch for previous high breaks, confirming that hammer onto the upside, taking out the previous highs, no problem. Once it breaks here, it'll follow that wick all the way up, no problem. Bitcoin Gold, a new issue, but I would certainly watch this thing as it is only $323. Same amount of outstanding shares as Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Watch for a previous high break. That could be a really good buy. Because it just got started. Coming into the end here. Ethereum broke out last week. Continuation, came back into support already. Watch for the continuation on the upside. Dash broke out. Oh, it was a huge, huge breakout, right? Huge. Bam. Look at that consolidation. Bam. That's some crazy stuff right there. From 240 to 800, no problem. LTC has a previous high break. Watch for that. Keep on going. Keep on trucking LTC. I decided the other day that I was going to transfer over to another exchange, but I remember just previously it took 14 hours for the exchange to transfer my Bitcoin to the exchange. So what I did was just bought some Litecoin, exchanged that instead, sent that over, and it took about a half an hour. So Litecoin, everyone likes it because it's faster. It can handle more transactions at a faster rate. Watch for that previous high break over 100. Looks good. My EOS is consolidating. I had to buy it back. We had some dips. Let me find that dip. We had a dip. I bought it back. Maybe I'm early, but I gotta leave the house, so a couple cents ain't gonna. My average in is higher, so I don't mind maybe taking a little dip here into 31. But I believe it came into $4, so pretty good. Watch the banker coins as they got all the money, and they're going to pump these things too. They want to dominate, and they're going to pump it. Watch for the previous high breaks on Stellar, STR. And we got some Bitcoin stim dollars. Very good. Looks like it's going to break previous highs again. SBD. I'm not sure what to make of this, but it's supposed to be inverted, right? But that doesn't act like it's being inverted. It looks like it's going with. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. I got higher lows coming into resistance. Watch this for previous high breaks for support. These are just the dailies because these are brand new issues. This one looks like it's having some trouble, but I do have a double bottom now. Watch for previous high breaks. It's consolidating. Could take another leg down, no problem. GLNNF. Nice pop back into support. Look at the double back now. Watch for this one to break out as well. 250 to 3 looks like it'll be no problem. This one all the way back into support. Ran too hard and fast. I would look for a higher low, maybe a double top, but once it runs too hard and fast like that, it usually needs time to settle in. So what I'm looking for is a higher low, and then we can have an opposing point. And then I need a higher low, and then the pattern's forming. So I don't know if that's ready to move again or not. Bitcoin to the US dollar. We already did that. Bitcoin to US dollar. Try to keep track of all the exchanges. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in. Catch us in the mornings for the first hour of trading. See if we can't find some gap and runs lately. JNUG's been in the dirt. I like trading JNUG, but it's not fun to trade anymore after that reversal or the reverse split. Miners are on tether. Gold and silver on a tether. Ready to move up. Watch for those tops on the indices and that bear trap breakdown on the dollar. And that's about it. I appreciate you guys. Let me know what's going on out there, and I'll see you later.